Well, hi, I'm Reyndert Coppelmans. I'm from Survive, and today I will not be talking about instant emotion like it says here on the slide. What we do at Survive is we work with video recruitment systems, basically a selection tool for companies. As an HR company, we're closely watching the developments in the still Dutch labor market. So today I'll be talking about the vision that I have, what's going to happen in 2015, and will it be a D-Day or not. So here's some facts and figures. 38% of the Dutch labor population is higher educated. On the other hand, 58% of the vacancies are for higher educated people. You see that there's already a crunch taking place in the labor market, and it will continue and will develop, grow bigger as time continues. What will also happen is that Dutch people will experience a reduction in mobility. Research has shown that a trip that will take 60 minutes now will take 80 minutes in 2015, which will dramatically reduce the recruitment circles of companies with employees that are less willing to move around or will be willing to recruit from the environment. Also, there are a lot of nationalistic sentiments cutting back on immigration. So basically, we're going to see the effects of the policy of this cabinet in 2012, 2013. And we have a retiring generation of baby boomers, which has to be replaced by the new employees. Well, who are the new employees? This is a very peculiar generation. This Generation Y, the people who are born and have grown up with mass communication technology. They want flexibility. They want flexibility in working space. They want more responsibility in their actions, in their job. So all in all, these developments, if we don't do anything, the Dutch labor market will be a ticking time bomb. Well, what I'd like to take you through right now is a short initiative or short actions that companies are taking and should take in the future in order to prevent this bomb from exploding. What recruiters at companies are doing now is basically gatekeeping. They're checking at the gate of a company, seeing whether you are the fit applicant to fit within the company culture. This is going to change. You already see it happening right now. 20 or 30 years ago, it was unthinkable to talk about rewards during an actual interview. And that's what's happening now. You see a high demand, and a low supply. Also, industries where the shortage is most stringent, you'll see the companies starting to recruit earlier on. So, for example, US Army does that, but it's also going to happen in the accounting industry. People being recruited from high school, where companies develop in-company studies. Another development is the talent pool between companies. And that's how multinationals basically try to control the flow of applicants who want to change workflow, want to work for another company. So they basically join this talent pool and get to work at both companies. So you see that there's a lot of flexibility involved in the future generation. And this is only going to be enforced by mass communication technology. Gen Y wants, like I said, wants more flexibility, wants more rewards. And what I think is the main cause of a decrease in employee loyalty is this. It's impressions. Like, what are you doing here tonight? You're getting different impressions, right? So you want more impressions, you're curious. And that's also what applicants or what employees want. They want different impressions in real life, in their work environment. They don't want to sit in the boring office space every day again. This is a picture of Google, and I find it very interesting how this company attracts employees. This is sort of a communitization of companies. It's not whether I want to work at that company, it's whether that company reflects my self-identity and expresses who I am towards my environment. What will happen in the future is entrepreneurification, or like they say, Adele, entrepreneur inside, or intrapreneur. Companies have discovered the worth and the value of small teams working together. And visionaries like Ben Woldering, for example, from Better.com, already divides his population over small teams, small locations to stimulate entrepreneurship. Recruitment will not be gatekeeping anymore. It will actually be a friend. Recruiter will be your next friend. He's going to persuade you to join the community, to join the company of the future, obviously. Also, there's a huge paradigm shift taking place in terms of monetary valuation of employees. Employees are not considered cost anymore, but they're considered assets on the balance sheet. And this has huge consequences. Think of the return on equity of, on employee investment. Also, the Dutch government and the Dutch tax authorities are taking measures already to stimulate people from abroad to come over here. Like I said, nationalistic sentiments are going to put a cap on immigration. The Dutch government should, for example, try to attract highly educated people or people who are willing to be high educated over here and try to attract them to Holland. Important feature of the Gen Y generation is gamification. You see it here with Foursquare. Walking into a building is not walking into a building anymore. Walking into a building has become a game. You check in, you let your friends know where you are, you get rewards, you get badges. And that's very important to take into account in recruitment strategies. This young person has already grown up with laptops and technology available, readily available, from his birth. That's Gen Z, after the Gen Y, Gen Alpha. Alain just talked a bit about neuroplasticity, so how the brain works. But you'll see that the many choices that we have to make by working with the computer every day will lead us into shallower thinking, making many fast, quick decisions at a time, which actually connecting the dots. So deep thinking basically is typically a property of the baby boomers. And well, I believe this will be a huge problem for employees coming into the market in 2020. This is how I want to conclude my presentation. For companies and also for Holland, for the Dutch labor market, it will be eat or be eaten. I'm Reyndert Coppelmans, I'm from Survive, and if you're interested in video recruitment systems, please contact me afterwards. Thank you.